All right, Miss Kaylani. So we're going to read this story. Today it's called Families, Families, Families. Let's show the book that we're reading. And our author is Suzanne Lang and Max Lang. They have the same last name. What do you think that means?
It means that they're almost a little bit twins.
Maybe they're like brother and sister and they have the same last name. Hey, that's really good. So let's take a look at the front cover. It says families, families, families. How do we say families in Spanish, or how do you say families in Spanish?
I don't remember how to say family.
Do you want me to remind you? Do you want me to say it? Familia. You say it.
Familia.
Familia, that's right. Families, families, families. And look at our pictures. They're pictures of what?
Pictures of families.
What type of families do you think?
Panda families, turtle families, piggy families, and more families.
Yeah, this family up here is a family of what?
Lions.
That's right. What about the back? What does the back cover show us?
All of the bunnies and
Oh,
families.
yeah, nice. So we know that this is the what of our book?
Family.
But what is it?
Illustrator.
Well, the bottom, you're right. The bottom is the illustrator and the author. This is the what of our book?
Title.
The title, the front.
Cover, the spine, and the back of the book.
Good job. So we're going to go ahead and read our story. And Miss Kathy is going to try asking you some cool questions. If you don't know them, we can think about them together and find the answer to it. If not, it's okay. We can figure it out together. So it says, the first part says, now remember, I got to put it a little close so I can see better, right? Some children have lots of siblings. Siblings are hermanos y hermanas, right?
Yeah, like little babies.
Yeah, it could be. So look. How many do you think this family has?
Maybe like 13?
Is that mucho or poquito?
Mucho.
Mucho, that's right. Some children have none. Algunos no tienen hermanos ni hermanas. So they don't have what?
No, they do not have any more children except one.
Yeah, it could be. And they don't have brothers and sisters. How do you say that in Spanish?
I don't know.
Hermano y hermana? Yeah. So you see this family, this little boy or this little panda does not have a sibling, right? No tiene hermano y hermana. But, ¿qué tiene?
Mama.
Y?
Mommy panda.
Yeah, mommy panda and papi panda. Nice. Where do you think they live? Look at the picture behind them. Where do you think they live?
I think they live in Georgia.
In Georgia. That's where you're from, silly. That's where your mommy and papi are from. What about, let's look at this. What kind of tree is that?
A plant.
Yeah, like a big plant. Or remember that we talked about pandas eating bamboo?
Yeah.
Maybe they live like somewhere in China. What do you think?
I think they live in Italy.
In Italy? They're Italian pandas? Oh, bono, like Miss Titi says. Nice, that's good thinking. Some children have 2 dads. Some have 1 mommy. Look at that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
They have 4 children and those just have 3.
Yeah, that's right. What kind of animals are these?
Chickens and octopus.
Yeah, but the cool thing is they're trying to show us they're picture frames of families. So they're trying to show us how every family looks different. Does your family look like this family?
No.
Why not?
Because we weren't born from chickens.
That's right. We were not born from chickens. So obviously this family is different. If this was a human family with 2 dads and a kid or 3 kids, it would look different than yours because you have a what? ¿Tú tienes una mamá y un?
Papá.
¿Tú tienes hermanos y hermanas?
No.
No tenemos. But that's okay. You have friends at school. And ella tiene una mamá. Some children live with their grandparents. You just went to visit abuelo, right? How's he doing?
I have one abuelo, and it was my mommy's abuelo, and he was in the hospital because he got sick, and now he already died.
I'm sorry, Mama. It's okay. Where do you think abuelo is now?
In heaven.
Is that what Mommy and Papi shared with you? That's okay. At least you got to see him. And that's the best part. You were able to see him before he passed away. Some kids don't have a mommy and papi, so they have an abuelo and an abuela that raise them. How many siblings does he have?
He only has one.
Yeah, he only has one. But tiene abuelo y abuela, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some live with an auntie. Ooh, some live with their tias or their titis.
I have tias and titis.
Yeah, me too.
I have
2 of them. No, I have 3. Some children have many pets, and some just have one plant. So they have a planta. ¿Y ellos tienen? ¿Qué tienen ellos?
So many.
Yeah, they have so many. Look, bird cages. So what kind of pet do you think they have?
Parrots.
Parrots. Hey, that's really good. You're so creative.
Mm-hmm.
Some children live with their father. And some children just have 2 mommies.
Oh, look, the little one has a loose tooth like me.
Yeah, that's true. Because even though he's an animal, that he could be losing his teeth too, because he's a little one. He's a baby. And this is his daddy. He's got all his teeth. He's good. Look at that. Even this family has 2 mommies, and how many siblings do they have?
3.
3. Some children are adopted. Do you know what that means?
Some children that I know what adopted means. It means that they're getting new children.
Yeah, something like that. That's true. So when you're adopted, for example, if children were born without a mommy and a daddy, a different family can adopt them. They can become a part of their family. So if you didn't have a mommy or a papi and Miss Kathy wanted a child, I could adopt you. And you could be my kid, right? You could be my child. And now you're a part of my family. And all the cool things that we do, traditions, and places we go, now you'll get to do them too. Do you see how cool that is? But that's what adopted is. Adoption could be, that is what adoption is, but it could be different for everybody. Some of them get adopted by grandparents, some of them get adopted by tios and titis, so it could be a little bit different for everybody.
Like when your parents are very mean, then you could just get adopted from someone else.
Well, if you have already a mommy and a daddy, you can't get adopted unless something bad happens, unless there's a change in the family, or it has to be that way. So it really, really depends. But that's good thinking. That's good thinking. But just because mommy and papi sometimes are tough with us, we don't want somebody else to adopt us. You would miss mommy and papi, right? Yeah, me too. Some have stepsisters and brothers. That means that maybe the mom or the dad got married to another person and now they had children. So those are all stepchildren. Almost like cousins. Remember we talked about cousins? They don't really look alike, but they're
cousins.
Some children bunk with their cousins. Wow. Like when you go on outings with your cousins,
My goats. Last time I went to my cousin's, I went with JJ and Zoe. We went to a bounce place and we were jumping so high.
That's right. You get to have those experiences, like those really cool, fun times with your cousins. Can you imagine what it would be like if you didn't have any cousins?
It will be boring and you won't have
Any fun? Yeah, that would be kind of boring. So your family is different too because you don't have brothers and sisters, pero tú tienes tus primos y tú puedes hacer cosas con tus primos, right? Yeah. What kind of things do you do with your cousins?
We go to bouncy place and eat food with them.
What kind of food do you eat with them?
Sometimes I eat China food. Sometimes.
Chinese food? That's pretty good. Some have a mom and a pop.
So they have 2 children and they have 2 parents.
Yeah.
It means that they have 4 people in the family.
That's right. Good job for counting that. Does that kind of look like your family?